Bitches get stuff done, that's a fact. Unapologetic on the attack. Now's the time.
Hello, happy Wednesday, bitches. I am Heather Ryan of Bitches Get Stuff Done, coming to you from the glorious city of Des Moines, Iowa.
And I am Blythe Potter in Bargersville, Indiana.
Today is Wednesday, May the 28th, so we've got a lot to cover. There's just so much always going on. Apologies for us not doing a podcast on Sunday. That was a holiday, and I ended up being way more busy than I expected. My middle child was graduating high school. We had a little party. I was like, oh, it won't take that long. I'll be done fast. But don't worry, we can still record. And that did not happen at all. It took a lot longer than I expected. But it was a glorious celebration, so I'm glad that we did it.
Good.
So we're going to pick up from all the stuff that we didn't cover the past week. I'm going to start with the pardons that he has been putting out. So if you have not been following this story is crazy. Donald Trump, we know, has been throwing out pardons like crazy since the time he got in office. Just pardoned all of the January 6th defendants, no matter what they were convicted of. I mean, like some of them I think were like convicted of like attempted murder or something. I mean, like really bad stuff. So all the way from trespass all the way up. And then seditious conspiracy. Pardon those guys too. So we've known that for a while that he really likes to create mayhem and pardon whomever he wants that has been loyal to him. But the Chrisleys, the reality TV stars, the Chrisleys, I don't know why it shocked me, but it just kind of did, right? I mean,
it's kind of random.
It feels really random. But then you dig into it a little bit more and you're like, wait, he's also pardoning the guy who started the violent Chicago gang. I think it was called Gangster something or another. Okay. What? And he's pardoning these sheriffs that took bribes, these politicians who took bribes. Tax evasion seems to be his favorite. He loves tax evaders, and he is pardoning out the wazoo.
Well, he himself is a tax evader.
Right? And that's what the Chrisleys did, too. They were defrauding banks, and they were evading taxes. And so that one kind of made sense in a way, but a lot of it is pay to play. So a lot of these people are giving him money, personally giving him money. And then he said, yeah, here's your pardon. And it's so freaking corrupt. And I should not be surprised. But when you see it in action, it just feels so freaking gross. Just so gross.
It is gross. And no one is stopping him. That's what, like, with all of these things, I cannot grasp this. How is this possible? If it were literally anybody, could you imagine if Joe Biden had done this?
Oh my God. No. In fact, every time I post video on this, any kind of content, you always have the Trumpers going on there saying, what about Joe Biden's pardons, huh? And every damn time I'm like, wait, did Joe Biden take bribes for his pardons? Because I don't remember that part. In fact, I remember him being concerned about Trump coming after these folks, and that's why he issued the pardons.
Yep.
It's not the same thing. So when all politicians, all presidents, they're not. They're not the same. It is not the same. So my concern on this whole thing, and this is where we can wrap up this topic, is I'm really concerned that he is putting together a band of criminals who will do anything for him. They will give him money. They will do anything. They know that now he has the pardoning power. He will pardon them. He's looking at pardoning the men who tried to kidnap Michigan Governor Whitmer. I mean, kidnap and unalive her. So that's what he's putting out into the world. Hey, this is all good as long as you're on my side. That to me is very, very concerning. And I don't know what to do about it.
Well, surely the state of Michigan also, like, pressed charges or something against those people, right? It should have been state and federal charges.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because I think with some of the people from January 6th, it didn't matter that he pardoned them because they had like state issued charges and things as well. So I'm hoping that's how that went down with Michigan. I mean, but this is likely going to be precedent setting for the future. Like, assuming we have a future, any federal charges will now likely have local and state charges just to solidify, okay, this motherfucker did this, this, and this, and this, and we're gonna do as much as we can to make sure he stays in jail or she, whatever. But yeah.
Yep. That's certainly the case in the case of Derek Chauvin. He wants to pardon him, even though he murdered Floyd.
George Floyd.
Thank you, George Floyd. Murdered him, but he wants to pardon him. But thank God he has state charges.
Yeah.
But if he didn't, it'd be for naught. Unbelievable.
It's totally unbelievable. But it's Trump. But speaking of Trump, as always, you have another reason to wear your chicken costume now.
Okay.
So on Wall Street, they have a thing called taco trades.
What? Okay. I don't know this story. I only read the word taco, and I don't know what that means. So you're going to have to completely spell this out for me.
You know, I just totally blanked on what all of them stand for, but it's basically Trump is a taco. So he
stands for something.
You're a chicken. He's a chicken. Trump doesn't. He backs out. Oh my God. My God. Why did I totally brain farted this? I totally just ruined it. A reporter said to him, asked if he had heard about the trade, how they were calling them taco trades on Wall Street, because Trump always chickens out.
Oh, so it's something
he has tariffs, tanks the stock market, and he's like, oh, well, that was a bad thing. So we're going to back out and we're going to reverse that.
So it's an acronym for something.
It's an acronym. Trump always chickens out. Yeah.
Oh, chickens out. Trump always chickens out. Oh, I was not grabbing that. Holy crap, that's hilarious. Oh,
sorry, I totally just brain farted there.
Oh my God, that is phenomenal. So I could have the chicken costume and it could just say taco. And Trump always chickens out. Oh my God.
And it's funny, his reaction to it was he was pretty pissed.
Oh, really? Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe I've missed this. So
I'm pretty sure it just happened. I just heard about it like 10 minutes before we got on this call.
Yeah, I was so busy looking at these bribery pardon thingy-ma-dealers. I saw it in a headline, but I did not have a chance to go in and look at it. Oh, man, I'm sorry.
It's awesome.
I'm eager to see his reaction to someone else.
Oh, it's great. You will be very, very happy with it.
So did the reporter actually say, hey, have you heard about this term they call the taco trades?
Yeah. He's like, that's nasty. Oh, I haven't heard about that. What did they say? And then he's like, oh, it's going after his manliness. So of course he's going to be all like butthurt about it.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. That has made my evening. Thank you.
It's great. Yes.
I appreciate it.
And then we have another douchebag, I believe, in Missouri. He's an attorney. He was a state senator from Missouri. And I'm trying to look at this right now. At a town hall, his name is Mike Flood. He got asked about pages like 500 something and something, like these 2 pages about basically federal courts can no longer hold people in contempt without the bond. So with all of his charges, with all of Trump's charges, there have been no bonds issued. So that would make him invalid. This congressman had no clue that was in there. So voted for the bill.
The big bullshit bill.
Yep, had no clue it was in there. So he claims that he immediately called his senators, his counterparts in the Senate to be like, hey, I want you to vote no on this. It passed by one vote.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I have to imagine he's not the only one. Like, we even talked about this. It's 1,000 pages.
There's no way to read through all that. You would have to have your whole staff on that.
But you would have to also know, if you just listen to any news that's not Fox News, we've been screaming about this for days. Mm-hmm. I mean, probably weeks. I don't actually know how many weeks we've been talking.
No,
it all feels like its own week.
It's been 1 week, man. It just passed.
Has it only been
Friday.
A week?
Yes.
Well, but that was one of the things they were concerned about leading up to it. So, for him to not, I know they get busy, but they're not paying attention to anything that the other side might be worried about.
Yeah, all they're doing is
phone calls.
We're gonna own the libs. That's all that matters. So they don't even read it.
No, they don't care. They truly don't care. He's like, I took an oath to this office. I'm like, your oath means nothing, dude. So he got slaughtered in a town hall, and rightfully so. And I'm sure our Congress people had no clue either.
Yeah, I'm sure mine didn't either. And the ones that do show up to town halls, we've had Ashley Hinson here in Iowa. She's been showing up to town halls. She's getting slaughtered in the town halls. And of course, Chuck Grassley has to go do town halls. It's called the full Grassley. He has to go to all 99 counties. He's been doing it since literally 1956 when he became an elected official.
Term limits.
Yeah, so he gets slaughtered in his too.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh
It's
my
uncomfortable to watch, but like someone finally got a hold of a staffer for Jefferson Shreve. He's my congressman. And they're like, oh, we can't do town halls. We book those out months in advance. And we're like, we've literally been calling you since January 20th. I don't understand why this hasn't been put on the schedule. Because they have a thing they're doing tomorrow, which I'm not going to announce because it's a big surprise that Indivisible is doing. And it's quite clever. So stay tuned for that. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're total turds.
Indivisible or the Congress members?
The Congress members.
Yes, I agree.
Indivisible's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my congressman is a turd. Most of Indiana's Congress people are turds.
Every single one of our Congress members in Iowa are turds. So
We have 2 who are Democrats. So,
oh, speaking of turds, nice transition.
chickens and turds.
Tommy Tuberville. He is a former sports ball coach down in Alabama, and he has decided he's not going to run for re-election in the Senate. He wants to run for the governor's seat because the current governor is being term limited out. Now, this is why his name may ring a bell to anybody who's listening, is because he is the dumbest son of a bitch in the entire Republican Party. And that's saying a lot, because there are some really stupid people in the Republican Party, but he takes the cake by far. He's the one, if you'll remember, he said when a reporter asked him how he felt about this Alabama Supreme Court making it illegal to get IVF treatments, he said, good, I'm glad they did that because I think we should have more babies. And you could just see like the reporter going, sir, you do realize that IVF actually helps families create babies, right? And you could just see like the lights just shut off of his face. He's so dumb. He's like, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. And they kind of cornered him on it, because then another reporter grabbed down on it. She's like, do you understand what it is? So, I mean, really, he didn't know. And that's just one damn thing. There's so many gaps that he's made. And he's the one that held up all those military advancements when Biden was in office.
Yes, I did forget about that. Oh my
Yeah.
God. There's always so much that happens. Like, it's amazing how quickly I forget.
Yeah. Fortunately, I make a shit ton of content. So
Yeah, that is true. You actually remember things more when you make content about it, I think. It's almost like when you write it down, you're like, oh, this is going to be committed to memory. Yeah, what a douche.
Oh my God. So now America's dumbest senator wants to become America's dumbest governor. Holy crap.
Well, it just goes to show that Republican talking points are points they have mostly no idea what they are talking about. And if he can be an elected official, any of you listening to this can absolutely do it and do better than him.
1,000,000%. And I didn't even mention that he doesn't live in Alabama. That is a big problem if you want to run for governor. And he's not even denying it. He's saying he voted in Florida the last time he voted. He's saying that he lived in Alabama for 10 years while he was coaching sports ball. So, yeah, they weren't the previous 10 years, for the past, because you have to live in Alabama for 7 years to run for governor. And he has not lived there. And so he's saying, I've lived in Alabama. It's just not these past 7 years. What?
But is he a congressman for Alabama, though?
He's a senator. So
how can you be a senator for a state you're not a...
Yeah, it's tricky. You can own just property, and you only have to be like technically attached to the state. We had the same thing in Kentucky. The first congressional district, Ed Whitfield lived in Florida, just like Tommy Tuberville, but he had a house, I should say a blank lot, an empty lot of land that he claimed as his property. It's very common. It's way more common than you expect. So common. Mariannette Miller Meeks here in Iowa. She doesn't live in her district. She built a house. Her district changed. Instead of selling the house, she just says she rents an apartment, quote unquote. Ha ha ha. Very common.
We had someone run for mayor in one of the towns here in Johnson County a few years ago who did just that. But he bought his house like 2 weeks before the like 1 year, because you have to live there for a year to run for mayor. And it was a huge thing. And I think they blocked it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they ended up blocking him from being able to be on the ballot. But oh my God, why would you want to vote someone in who doesn't live there?
I don't know. People don't seem to care. It's bizarre. Every time I've
Oh
ever
my
seen someone,
God.
he even called himself a carpetbagger. He said he was a carpetbagger for America when he ran for Senate, basically confirming he doesn't live in the state. So, I mean, that to me, that's a big deal. But for some damn reason,
This
people,
is how dumb people are. Because not dumb. No, I'm sorry.
uninformed, I would
This
say.
is how uninformed our voters are and
Mhm.
how poorly our voter education is.
Yes.
I mean, what the fuck? I guarantee you most of the people who voted for those people had no clue. I guarantee you they just saw the R behind their name and were like, yep, we're good with that.
And in Alabama, the Democratic Party will challenge his candidacy because he doesn't live there. But in Alabama, that's the same Supreme Court that outlawed IVF treatments because a frozen fertilized embryo is a baby in their book. So who knows what's going to happen? I'm going to say
Total
they're probably going to be
bullshit.
like, they're probably going to be like, yeah, you run for governor. It'd be great. It's crazy.
It's so crazy. Oh
If you're
my
listening
God.
to this and you're anywhere on the East Coast near Alabama, we do have an Alabama chapter of Bitches Get Stuff Done.
Woo.
On our website, bitchesgetstuffdone.org, and we will get you in contact with those people.
Yes.
Jesus.
Wow.
I know. A lot.
Yeah, that's insane.
So tariffs. You said that you had a tariffs issue that you want.
Oh, yes. There are some judges. God, I'm like mind blown.
You're gobsmacked that you don't.
I truly am. Like, that's just, it really shows you how ass backwards things are and how long the Republican Party has tried to undermine any sort of like ethics or moral, like anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, on the surface, if I said, I want to be president, but live in Russia, that would be a problem, right? Like that, people would think that would be a problem. But I mean, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. So, yes. So, just heard this on Aaron Parnas. A judge invalidated Trump's tariffs, which basically, now this is just a 1 minute thing, saying that they exceeded his authority under the IEP, the International, oh my God, I can't remember acronyms right now.
International something practices, policies. I don't know. Exchange, international exchange practices or something. We'll just pretend like that's what it is.
The trade, international trade, basically.
Okay.
It undermines their rules or guidelines. So this will get interesting because this was within minutes of the T.A.C.O thing. So I was like, oh, you have a judge saying, no, you can't do this, which also judges are looking for private security now because they're currently watched over by the marshals. But the marshals are who gets to tell them what to do? The president.
Right. They're under the president's purview. That's right.
Yeah. So they are having some issues too.
I was wondering why some people were saying that the marshals needed to be changed under congressional oversight. I didn't realize that's why.
Oh, I bet it's IEC, International Exchange Commission. That's probably it.
That makes sense. Sure.
I'm probably misremembering that. Shocking.
Wow.
Blythe's brain doesn't work.
But wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't the tariffs going to help bring down our drug prices?
Well, yes, because just a little bit of pain is going to make things better, not worse.
Way better. I really did have someone on TikTok say, wait till your prices come down on your drugs. Then what will you say? And I said, I will say, thank you. I will say I was wrong because it's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
And for somebody to believe that you can just tell a company that you're going to put tariffs on them if they don't lower the price of something we've been paying way too much for 40 years, and that's
Yeah.
what's going to be the magic thing that makes it happen. That's just asinine.
It is.
Dumb as shit. But if I was wrong, I'd be like, oh my God, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah,
I
that's
would
not
love for
happening.
drug prices to go down.
But I think it seems like the Trump people already believed that they did. Like, what are you going to say when you go to the pharmacy next week and get this did not happen, people. This is not a thing. You know that, right?
But they don't, and that's the problem. Trump, on the surface, according to them, does what he says he's going to do. He's going to do blah, blah, blah. He makes an executive order that's not even legal. Then it gets fought in court, and it takes so long for it to be deemed illegal or unconstitutional or whatever that they don't connect the dots. Fox News isn't reporting on it. A lot of local media isn't reporting on it. Like, look at all the things that have been swept under the rug. Kilmar Abrego Garcia. We just have a lot of things that are happening, and nothing's being talked about. It's just, oh, okay, whatever. We're going to forget about that. We need to sue Fox News for damages.
Yes, one gigantic class action suit for ruining America.
Yeah, seriously, like, this is insane.
Yeah, I mean,
insane.
the whole point of lawsuits is that you have to prove damages, and that's why they're so hard to prove a lot of times. But I think that you can prove that they've caused genuine, substantial damage to our democracy.
Absolutely.
And
our faith in media. I mean, look at all the things that have spiraled from this.
Yeah.
I mean, people are less safe.
I'd like to retroactively sue Ronald Reagan. Just sue him as a corpse, because he caused a lot of this too. Him and the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible people.
Behind all this.
They absolutely are. It's horrible. Which is why we protest. And there are loads of protests coming up. D-Day is January 6th. I'm sorry, June 6th. What is happening with my brain today? So a lot of protests will be coming up over the next week or so, which I know a lot are still happening around the country, but there's some big ones happening on the 6th, next Friday.
Yes, and the 7th is Pride in Sioux City, Iowa. So I'll be there giving a speaky speak. The 8th, I will be in Des Moines Pride in the dunk tank as Kim Reynolds.
Yes.
I'm not eager for it. I'm not going to lie. It's so much worse than I expected it to be. And then on the 14th, I am a special guest at the Omaha No Kings Day, and I get to do a speaky speak there too. I'm so excited for that one.
Yay! Yeah, we've got June 7th. So June 6th is Franklin, as well as many others. They're on HoosierBitchesGetStuffDone.org. The 7th, we've got Greenwood Pride, and we're doing a protest in Greenwood right before that. And then same with the 14th, we're going to do a protest in Bargersville, and then we'll be able to go downtown for Indianapolis Pride and the 50-51 protest on the 14th.
Right. So yeah, the 14th is all my brain is allowing me to go forward to at this point. That's just like a half a month in the future, because my brain, I mean, I have all this stuff in my calendar, but I have to look at my calendar and then really put myself in those places. So the 14th is where my brain stops right now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I did not mention the almost all of the Planned Parenthoods in the state of Iowa are closing, and Minnesota. So that's under one big umbrella company, the Midwest Plains or something like that. And that just goes to show anybody listening to this, no matter where you are, your reproductive freedom is truly in danger. And it does not matter the state, because this big bullshit bill cuts all funding specifically to Planned Parenthood. And the state of Iowa has cut all state funding to Planned Parenthood. So that's why Iowa's going first. But Minnesota's a blue state. So it's affecting both a red state and a blue state. So just a heads up, this is happening to us. So the only place that does abortions right now, Planned Parenthood that does abortions right now, is in Ames, and that one's closing. So you will no longer be able to get abortions from Planned Parenthood up to 6 weeks. I mean, it's not like it was a big, wide berth anyways, but it's closing. So you will have to travel somewhere else.
It's so sad.
And
it is so sad.
Expect it.
Yeah, expect it. But that leads me to some calls to action. Call your senators and tell them to vote no. It's House Resolution 1, which is also the big, beautiful bill. And there are so many reasons to vote no on this, right? Like Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, cutting student aid. They want to cut federal worker retirement benefits. Obviously, it's the contempt of court enforcement, which is all the Trump administration is running on right now, is just disobeying any law. It's astonishing. And I know I keep saying that, but Jesus Christ, the party of law and order is the opposite.
The most lawless and orderless of all
They
time.
truly are.
Truly.
It is so scary. It's so scary. And the email I have coming out tomorrow too has got links for several petitions. But one of those is from Vote Vets, trying to get the parade stopped, which I know you did a post about that recently too. What a mess.
What a mess.
What a fucking mess.
And I know that people were saying, well, I think it's going to be stopped. I don't think it will be. Absolutely.
I hope so.
They've already got all these plans in the works. The military is already planning all of these things, and no one is willing to stand up to Trump and tell him this is a terrible idea. And it's a terrible idea for anybody that knows DC and knows the structure of DC and knows what, is underneath the streets of DC, knows that this could turn out very, very badly, because these tanks and trucks, they're so heavy. They're so heavy that you can't just drive tanks on the streets of DC without destroying the infrastructure underneath the street.
Yeah.
And that's
to be fair, most streets in most states would not be able to handle this, particularly red states, because we don't care about infrastructure being safe or taken care of with our tax dollars.
Absolutely.
I was just talking to someone in Lafayette today. He's a Marine veteran who's given me some great ideas for my campaign. His name is Kyle. They're wanting to add toll roads in Indiana. Our taxes more than fund what street repairs should cost, but they're just not using it for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Same with Iowa. We have the worst bridges in the country. So I'm always petrified when I go across like a country bridge. They are scary. They're like the old ones with the wood, like the wood planks. That's how bad our bridges can be.
Oh my God.
It's terrifying. And so when I used to work for Schwann's, those big frozen trucks, I was like clenching my butt cheeks, like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
God, I cannot even imagine.
And I'm not even exaggerating on the sound, because it was like blah, 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 when you're going over it. You can only do 20 to 25 miles an hour because it's such a bad bridge. So
that's terrifying.
I know.
It was so terrifying. Our here in Johnson County, I ran for county council last year. One of the incumbents who got kicked out of the primaries, our budget, the way it is set up to fix our roads at the current rate, will be fixed in 2080.
Oh my Christ on a cracker.
Our roads are notoriously bad down here. It's bad. I still lost. They voted back in the same motherfuckers.
What the hell?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's insane.
Christ.
So anyway, call your reps. Check out my website if you want some more calls to action in those. We've also got Harvard is offering some free courses, which is really cool. I signed up for that.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, on democracy and supporting the future. You can pay $150 if you want the actual certificate, but it's really interesting, and it's really to set people up to be more engaged, kind of like this. Not necessarily podcasts per se, but to really learn the Constitution. And also, thank you to whomever gave us the 5-star review on Spotify. Keep that up. That is so helpful.
Yeah, so officially we are a 5-star podcast.
Yeah,
we have one review, but it only takes one review.
Hey,
right? So.
Yeah, we got to start somewhere.
Right.
And I got my shirts in.
I see. They're lovely.
My Who's Your Bitches Get Stuff Done shirts. Those are on my website too.
Speaking of reviews, I want to stay on this topic for 1 second, because I just found out yesterday that a lot of our Republicans in the state of Iowa, I'm sure it's the same in the state of Indiana, they're not exactly the sharpest tools in the mailbox. So they left their campaign pages open to reviews. So you can go to a huge number of our Republican legislators here and review their page. And
Facebook.
Yes. And some of them are scathing, and some of them are mine. So once they get 5 reviews on their book, on their Facebook page for their for the campaign, it will start to rate them. And so one of them had 5. I was the 6th, and he's rated at 20% of 100 out of 100. So the more you rate and the more people go on their pages and rate them, the worse it gets.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yes, everybody go. I just pulled up Facebook right now. Like, I'm totally going to do that when we're done. That
Oh
is
my God, yeah.
amazing.
I'm
That's
going to create
amazing.
content on it. It was so much fun writing these reviews. I can't even tell you. I've only done like 2 of them, but I did the one where the legislator introduced mRNA, outlawing mRNA vaccinations and jailing doctors who give vaccinations to their patients. He introduced that legislation, but also he's the same guy that murdered his neighbor's 2 dogs. Same guy. So I couldn't help but review this mofo.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
he had a lot of bad reviews because of this ridiculous mRNA thing. So that's the
Good.
flu. That's COVID-19. You're getting it's illegal to get a flu shot in the state of Iowa. That's what he was trying to do. So go to Facebook,
That's horrific.
find your legislators, and review your legislators. And once we get 5, that's when it starts to really appear, and they get a percentage.
That's amazing.
I'm so petty.
No, it's not. You know what? They are not fucking listening to us. We pay their taxes. We pay their bills with our tax dollars. They're not listening to us. So
Yeah, and
no,
don't
it is not petty.
Don't anybody tell these guys that they can turn those ratings off. I swear to dog, I'll hunt you down. Do not tell these guys.
Yeah, don't tell them. I mean, here's the thing. If people have been calling every day. We've been emailing. We've been doing all the things for over 5 months. They are not listening. This is just another escalation. It is nonviolent.
Mm-hmm.
It's free.
And it's a way to let people know how these people vote.
Yeah,
I bet
absolutely.
98.2% of the population has no idea that legislator tried to outlaw the flu shot in the state of Iowa. There's
Probably not.
no way. I was in that subcommittee. It was asinine. It was all these conspiracy theorist people calling in on Zoom. They're not even Iowans. They were calling in on Zoom to say how bad flu shots and COVID-19 shots are for you. All of it is non-scientific. It was all just conspiracy garbage. So, highly recommend Facebook. Go review your legislators.
Yeah, Victoria Sparts actually has hers up. She's at 36%. So good job, Hoosiers. My daughter is about to walk in the door. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have because
I think so too. Oh, so, okay. I've probably mentioned this before that I want to hit all obviously now that I'm officially a candidate, I'm going to hit all the counties, but I've been trying to think of a way to do that. And I was listening to a Politics Girl podcast, and they have an anti-fascist book club, like a how-to. And I was like, oh my God, it could be like a traveling anti-fascist book club.
Oh,
Where we could go to these things and talk politics, talk about my campaign, but also talk about how are we teaching anti-fascism? Here are some books.
oh my God, you just gave me a great idea.
I will send you it's veteransfightingfascism.org. For the life of me, I cannot remember the guy's name. He's a veteran. He's got a documentary out there. Oh my God. I don't even know why I bothered trying to remember anything today. It's excellent. Veteransfightingfascism.org. It's in my upcoming e-blast. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, anti-fascist book club. That'd be amazing. I mean, because it's not partisan, right? Nobody wants fascism. Well,
you would think. You would think. But that just gave me such a great idea. I'm about 2/3 the way done with my workbook for how to fight like a bitch. So I could do that. I could be going around to all these different counties and promoting my book and teaching people how to fight like a bitch.
Yeah. Well, and look at the website. They've got a really good way. This might spur some creativity on what to put in your book, because it'll help lead you through the first 6 book club meetings.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm super pumped about it. So
fantastic.
Really smart. That's really smart.
Really smart. See, that's why we all work together so well, is because some people come up with one thing and then another person builds on it.
Well, and there's so much information and I think that's the thing that we're forgetting. And we had a huge ass blow up here in Indiana with activists versus candidates and people meeting in the middle. And, it's all subjective. No one is wrong. You feel how you feel, right? But it just goes to show there are so many different ways to go about this. And not all of them are worth not trying. I mean, it's worth looking into. And this could be one. Maybe not. I don't know. Indiana may or may not be accepting of it, but I'm fucking gonna try. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So,
What's the worst that could happen? It's not successful? At
can
least
you
tried.
imagine getting to put that on your LinkedIn? Founded a local anti-fascist book club. Fuck yeah!
Absolutely a feather in your cap, 100%.
Yes. So, yeah, check that out.
Well, I love it.
Awesome.
And that was something that you got from Politics Girls podcast, right?
Yes. Let me see if I can figure out his name. You probably know who it is once I say it, but for the life of me, I cannot remember his name.
I have no idea. I won't know until you
I
tell
bet
me.
you would. I sent it to one of my friends, and I was like, "Oh, you should check this website." I was like, "Yeah, I already know who that is." I was like, "Oh, Christopher Goldsmith."
Nah, I'll write that down, but I don't. Doesn't ring a bell. But
Well,
I am
check it. The
terrible.
episode's worth listening to if you have the time. But he's got some really well, and I put him in my email, so you can check out those emails too. Some of the resources and the documentaries and things. So it's really cool. I had never heard of him before, which is a little embarrassing, but you know,
Man, you can't hear from
there's
about
always
everybody.
there's a million things happening like tacos and
Always chickens out.
God, major fail on that one. I was trying to surprise you with that too. I'll do better when I tell Michael.
Well, yeah, you practiced it now, like on a live or on a podcast.
This is why I usually have notes because I'm like, what was that? What were we talking about? Cheesecake? Tacos?
Yeah, I have to have notes. The one time I did a podcast with you and I didn't have notes, I was like, Blythe, you're going to have to tell me what to talk about.
That's me today. The notes were in my head.
Oh, yeah, that's a mistake.
It's not a good spot for him.
Scatterbrain.
No. It's the worst place.
Ugh,
All right.
escape.
It is.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty much the podcast for today.
Yep.
We will record again on Sunday since it's not a holiday. And of course, there's lots and lots of stuff for you guys to be active in. Lots of places. Make sure you go to, I think it's called nokingsday.org.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Did they change it? That's a 5051 link, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think you're right. I remember
Yeah.
seeing that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how easy it is to find 5051's website because it seems to have been blacklisted, but I think they've purchased a new domain name, No King's Day, or something to that effect. So if you just Google No King's Day, you'll be able to find a location near you. And they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Like if you see the little dots around the country, it's just covered up. The only places that there aren't dots are where there aren't people, because not all of the country has people in it. So I highly recommend. It's going to be a huge, huge, huge event. And
Yeah, I'm very proud of Indiana. We've got like 39 on our map.
Jesus
I
Christ.
know.
Holy cow. I hadn't even thought to count them until now. Now I feel challenged.
Well, I did not count them. There's this amazing woman named Alice, and she works very closely with the Hoosier Human Rights Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And every time there's these big events with 5051 and Invisible, she makes a physical map of Indiana, puts stars where all of them are so you can see what the map looks like, but also lists the location. And then she makes another PDF with all the locations, dates, times, who's hosting it. So like Hoosier Bitches Get Stuff Done is on there 3 times. Like she's fucking amazing.
That's a lot of work.
Yes, it's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. I'll have to send it to you. She put it all in a Proton drive, so we can just download things. She updates them as we go. Like they are on top of it. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
I would not be able to do that myself. I mean, I'd have to commit a whole day to that every week at least.
Yeah.
So
there's always so many protests. Yeah. And that's another thing, guys. If you are out protesting, keep it up. If you haven't gone out to protest yet, try to go out and protest. I know plenty of people that say that they can't because physical limitations, or some of them are just terrified or whatever. There's a room for everybody in the resistance. At least you can share, comment, do all the things that help spread the word.
Yeah, watch live, YouTube live, Facebook live, TikTok live usually has them. And remember, they are trying to exhaust us, and they are. The exhaustion is real. And we're not even 6 months into it. So the idea is to make us tired and to not want to do this. But we must persist as much as we can.
My God. I mean, we still have at least 3.5 more years of this.
Don't say that out loud.
I already did. I already jinxed ourselves. But I mean, if it's this bad this early, it doesn't get better.
I think of it sometimes like, are we really going to do this for 3.5 more years?
I don't know how else how do we get out of this?
I
How do
don't
we get
know,
rid of any of
because
this?
now Putin and Trump are going at each other. Elon and Trump. Oh, Elon's tanking.
Saw that. Saw that. Yep. We skipped
Love it.
over that
Love that
topic.
for him. Yeah, I love that for him. But the end, which we suspected would happen, is the infighting. But it's alarming because people know this parade is coming up, and they know how many military personnel are going to be there, and how much of our equipment
Is going to be on display instead
Can
of
you
on.
say, let's just make a giant target?
Right. I can't even imagine what it's like to be an air traffic controller right now in Washington, D.C., with all of these flyovers scheduled. And we already know how congested it is and how many problems
Yeah.
they have with being understaffed. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine the arrangements they're having to make. Unbelievable.
And the trauma, right? Like there is trauma be involved just on the level that you and I are involved in this as citizens. But that is their livelihood. It is their career. It's something they spend a lot of time and energy on. And it's already a dangerous job. And now
Stressful.
it's worse.
It's so stressful.
It is.
In the Navy, I was an Airedale, so I worked in the air, the flight department, and that was one of the most coveted jobs because it's so hard to get the education, to get through the school, and to stay with it because it's
Yeah.
so stressful. One
Yeah.
wrong move, and you're costing hundreds of lives. I can't even imagine that kind of pressure on me every single day.
No, because it's not just the pressure of your job and the organization you work for. Now you've got an entire regime. I can't even imagine. So thank you to any of you who are listening who happen to be in that industry.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
you're
not flying
appreciated.
anytime soon. That is for sure. But thank you.
I'm definitely not flying into DC anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, but you are appreciated if you are in any kind of
Yes.
the air traffic industry at all. Even
Sorry,
the people
we
that put
spiraled there.
bags on airplanes, they're all important.
Yes.
So,
All right.
is that finally really it? I mean, we like 4 times said, "I think we're done." I'm not sure. That's how prepared we were today.
We are not prepared, but I now know exactly what TACO stands for. So
Oh
we're
my God,
good.
I love it so much. That is the highlight of this podcast. That's the name, T.A.C.O, of this podcast. I'm so going to put that as the name.
Oh my God. Taco, we got to do something for Taco Tuesdays now. Like,
Oh
we
my
really,
God.
we got to do something. It's got to be a thing.
Now I got to create content on it too because it's
Oh
just
my God, he's going to ban tacos. He's going to go after Mexico even harder now. Guarantee it.
This is probably why he wants to start arresting 3,000 people a day instead of 1,000.
Oh my God, I forgot I heard that too.
I know.
What the fuck?
It doesn't get better. It just gets
No.
worse and worse and worse.
Every day. God. Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, on that happy note, if you are listening to this on podcast, the ear edition, then you will not have noticed that I have changed my glasses several times throughout this entire episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, you get a little bit of insight about how funny I am because I thought it was hilarious. I was only doing it while Blythe was on too, thinking that you can't see me change them. So whenever Blythe was talking, I was changing my glasses.
And it was so distracting too, because I was like staring, like, what's she doing now? It's really hard. I need to look away next time. I'm just gonna if you do that again, I just have to stare at something
Well,
else.
it's just random. I just happen to have, for no damn reason, 3 pairs of glasses on my desk. And I do this scavenger hunt at least weekly where I have to go around the house and pick up all the glasses. Oh my God, there's another pair over there. I have to pick up all the glasses that I've put on my desks and wherever. They're all over the house. So I just happen to have 3 pair, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be funny today. So if you're watching this on YouTube, which not a lot of people do, then you're getting some of the funny. So check out our YouTube channel at Bitches Get Stuff Done, and you can see how funny I am.
Yes.
You're welcome. You're welcome. In the meantime, go to bitchesgetstuffdone.org to stay connected with me at National and to get in contact with your local chapters.
And HoosierBitchesGetStuffDone.org for Indiana related everything. And if there's anything I need to add, just let me know.
You can always reach us at our phone number is 515-442-0400. 422. I hope that's the right number. And that goes to our voicemail. And I am happy to take your voicemails, and maybe we'll play it on the air someday. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for coming and listening. Make sure you tell all your friends, family, and relatives and neighbors and people you don't even like that they need to listen to our podcast. And give them reviews. Give the reviews. Give the reviews.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you Sunday.
That's a fact.